Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. And I got me a little different scene today, cause it's nighttime and I'm laying down in the bed and I'm waiting on my wife to get back to the room, cause her sister getting married tomorrow, so they doing the little bride stuff, and they ain't got me no shirt on, and I was laying here and I'm like, you know what? I'm reading these comments, getting these questions, but I don't feel like getting up, turning no light on and all that. So we just doing a little creativity tonight. Now I got the question about what if a man cheats with the same woman? And y'all gotta forgive me, I'm talking a little low because hotel rooms, the walls is paper thin, and then my voice kind of carries a little bit. So it's probably somebody right next to me trying to sleep. But somebody say, what happens if a man cheat with the same woman? But before touching on that, what I really want to touch on is what you have to realize is that back in the day, a lot of men used to cheat. Today, men still cheat, but it's slowing down a lot because of social media, screenshots, and exposing, and then the access to porn. So back in the day, years ago, before video cameras, before in color movies, before, men could like cheat differently. Not as much really because it was a lot of couples, but meaning if a man wanted to cheat, he had to cheat. It was nothing for him to do. Yeah, he could, masturbate or whatever, but to what? Like today, men got OnlyFans, they got Pornhub, they got all of this different stuff that they could get right on their phone. And the reason why I say they, because I don't get into the foolishness, because I understand how addicting it is. It's like tonight, I walked by a place that's like a slot machine place. And I just was in Vegas for NBA Summer League. And I'm like, man, that right there, it feels so addicting. Like if you get into that gambling, it's gonna be hard to get out of it. And the same thing goes with cheating, with porn. I mean, and it's like I've seen it before in college. I can picture it in my head, and I could just feel how addicting that could be because it's so barbaric. Like just watching two other humans doing the most sacred act between humans, and you just watching it like publicly. So that's what you got to understand today is that men more so are cheating with videos than actual people. So that's one thing. So if a man cheating with the same woman, and you catch this man cheating with the same woman multiple times. Now, for one, what I want you to understand is that is what they call a soul tie. He is emotionally tied to her. In essence, he is addicted to her. He has love for her. And it's something about her that just really intrigues him and he really, really likes about her, but he doesn't want all of her. Like she's fun in pieces. She's fun here and there. He doesn't want all of her. And then the woman that he's cheating on, he has like a real, real deep soul tie with her. And she is more of what he wants in a wife, like in a main woman, but she isn't everything that he wants in a woman. And he's too immature to realize that no woman will be everything. So those type of men, what they do is they just get bits and pieces of a woman. So they'll let one woman be, the lady might be 30%. And that 30%, it might just be bedroom. Just what she do in that bedroom, just that connection, that feeling, that experience, it just sent him to the moon and back. The other woman, his main woman, she could be anywhere from 50 to 70% of what he wanted in a woman. But that soul tie, that addiction to that other woman keep him going back. So here's the thing. I believe in second chances of certain types. Somebody asked Tony, would you give your wife a second chance if she cheated? If I caught her physically cheating, absolutely not. I'd be out of there, because it's much different for a woman to have sex than it is for a man to have sex. Like, a woman is a receiver. So for a woman, it's more like when a woman has sex, her brain tells her body, we're about to bring a child into the world. So it's such a deep thing for a man. When a man has sex, a man can we could spill our seed in a dream, walking down the street. Like, you've heard guys having what they call wet dreams. You've heard of pre-ejaculation, which is where the young boy you seen on the movie American Pie, like, he was getting ready to do it and finish before he even got in there. So for a man, the release isn't as bonding. It is bonding now, don't get me wrong. It is bonding, but God didn't make it so intense for a man as far as like the bonding hormone, because originally men had to be able to sow seed all over the place to populate the earth. So that's why kings had 1,000 wives and 300 concubines. Like, a man was in that level at that day. They was able to sleep with a different woman every hour. Like, it's just how the man body works. But for a woman, if you notice, women get a lot more attached. Like, it's a different kind of woman who can just sleep with men and not get attached. Like, she is few and far in between. Most women are gonna require some type of attachment, some type of relationship. If she's not a prostitute, and if she's not like a crazy college girl, she's gonna require some type of connection to this man to be sleeping with him. And that's not the case for men. Like, when I was in college, like, we would meet a girl in the club, take her to the car, boom, boom, and walk back in the club. Like, don't even know the girl's name. Like, it was just that easy. And yes, the girl is doing it as well, but it would always be like a unique situation. Just like, you could just look at her and tell she just like that. And that's how the football guys would, move. But then the thing is the girl would want to keep in touch, let's hang out again. And the guys be like, child, go on somewhere. And so that's what you got to realize. So when a man keep cheating with the same woman, for one, that woman is liable to get crazy enough to want to take a life. So if I was a woman and the dude cheating with this other woman, I'm going to start to worry, like, what if this woman lose her mind and she want to be an episode on Snapped, and she want to come over here and try to do something like take a life because she's just tired of being played with. She tired of being misled. So that's dangerous. So I definitely 100% do not recommend a woman staying with a man if she catch him cheating with the same woman twice. I don't recommend a woman staying if she catch a man cheating once, like physical cheating. Emotional cheating is not good, and it can be even worse, but it's just so many nuances to it. So it's not something for general knowledge. Like it's not something we could talk about generally. Like you got to do a coaching session to talk about the ins and outs, the specifics. Now, physical cheating, that's just cut and dry. Like there's no nuances to physical cheating, but like emotional cheating it's almost subjective. Like you could be talking to somebody every day at work and y'all could be laughing and joking. Somebody could call that emotional cheating and you might be like, no, that's just my coworker and we at work and we talking, but I feel absolutely nothing. And so it is subjective, like, and so you got to think about that. Then on the other hand here, this is what I'm gonna tell you. And this might be, I don't know if this could be a video itself, but I'm gonna just talk to my wife come in the room. When she come in the room, I'm gonna get off, so I may have to do another video. But if you are a woman or a man, it don't matter, this could go both ways. And you are the type that if you get cheated on, it's one and done. You ain't trying to hear no second chances, none of that. You out of there. This is what you gotta do. You cannot just leave it up to a human because humans take risk. Humans make stupid decisions, especially when we don't know the consequences. So because there are so many couples who have had infidelity and they're still together, not everybody knows that it's a one and done. So what you have to do is you gotta have a real conversation with your partner at about whatever point you want to, honestly. It could be at the end of the first month of dating. It could be the third month. It could be the 6th month. You definitely within 6 to 9 months, really, if y'all are an item. If you are an item. Because a lot of times, cheating will happen early on before the feelings are there. That's when it happened early on. And yes, it happens later on too, when the feelings get complacent, people get comfortable. But it definitely can happen early on when it's just like puppy love and it's not a lot of real unity and connection, not a lot of together time. It's harder if you're living together. Like people can't really hide stuff as well if you're living together. And so if you're living together and somebody always gone and they gone a lot and they always trying to be gone or they always trying to be in another room, then that's when you know it could be something going on and you gotta kind of scratch the lie. So what you gotta do is you gotta sit down and you gotta have a talk. And you say this in your own words, but essentially what you're saying is, hey, one thing I absolutely do not tolerate is cheating. If you cheat, you will never speak to me again. I don't care if we have 10 children, 50 houses, 39 businesses. From that day forward, you will have to talk to a mediator to talk to me. Like you will have to send a message. And I swear on everything I love, and I do not swear. So I just want you to understand that if you cheat, you are telling me the relationship is over, you're done, you no longer love me, and you do not want to be with me. And being that that is the case, please just tell me. Just be a man, be a woman, and just say, hey, I cannot be monogamous. Like, I cannot keep being monogamous. Like, this is too hard, and I need variety. And just go. Well, my wife done made it back, so I got to wrap this here video up. So God bless you. We'll talk soon.